So guys, today we'll be discussing all about Sri Lanka. We'll be understanding the present situation of Sri Lanka. In the month of February, the foreign currency reserves of Sri Lanka were around $2.3 billion, which were reduced by 70% since January month, says the report. If any country having foreign reserves very less, then the country struggles to import goods from outside the country. So at present, the scenario of Sri Lanka is the same because they are left with very small amount of money at their treasury, and also they could buy only 1 month of goods or they could import only 1 month of goods with that treasury. And also Sri Lanka is having a due debt of $7 billion. Sri Lanka relies on importing basic goods even like sugar, cereals and equipment required for farming purpose, and also they are not self-reliable on medicines itself. So we must be thankful that India is a big country having many states. So each states help each other in some or other manner. So we are mostly self-reliable on ourselves. We no need to import at huge prices a huge amount. But Sri Lanka is not like that. They are not self-reliable like us. So as a due to this low foreign reserves, importing is difficult. So due to this, within the country itself, the cost of the basic utilities are increasing day by day. In the previous month itself, they are seeking a 25% of inflation in Sri Lanka. People are facing problems to get basic goods like sugar, milk and rice. You can't even imagine the cost of milk and rice. So the cost of milk is as high as 790 rupees for just 400 grams, while the rice cost is all about 290 rupees for a kilogram. So if we talk about the currency, then Sri Lanka and Indian currency comparing, then 1 Indian rupee is equal to 4 Sri Lankan rupees. And also in some restaurant of Sri Lankan country, they are showing that the cost of a normal cup of tea is 100 rupees. Not only these, but there are also power crisis. So due to this, they are importing power from other countries. So in a 24 hours of a day, Sri Lanka is having 4 hours of power and 10 hours of power cut. And also, do you know that Sri Lanka Power Minister has informed not only to even light up the street lights at the night time. So due to this reason, they could save the power at that point of time. And also, now the supply of cylinders has been reduced. Now the supply is only for once per week, and the cost of the cylinder had been increased heavily. That is 1,400 Sri Lankan rupees to 4,200 Sri Lankan rupees. Even the newspapers and the printing press are being affected by this. They are being ordered to reduce their print due to the shortage of printing material. Even the school exams are being postponed due to the lack of availability of paper. So due to this terrible economic crisis, some people are leaving their own country. And also, few refugees were found at Rameswaram. According to the intelligence report of Tamil Nadu, around 2,000 refugees are likely to arrive in India in the coming weeks. On this, the Tamil Nadu Minister M.K. Stalin had a meeting with our Honorable Prime Minister. So the meeting's main objective was the state government should allow these refugees in their state, and also the state government should provide a proper livelihood for them. And also on 17th March, the Sri Lankan Finance Minister had signed a credit line of 1 billion, and a few days after, $500 million of credit line has been signed for the fuel purchase. So now again they are wanting a 1 billion again so that they could import few basic items for themselves. But not only India, Sri Lanka is seeking help from China. So due to this, they need to pay huge debt for China country also. Not only these two countries, they are also talking help for World Bank and IMF. So what is the biggest question lies here? So the biggest question lies is that what is the main reason for this crisis? So let us know about this particular reason. Sri Lanka is majorly dependent on their tourism. So in the year 2018, a world record of 2.3 million people have come as a tourist. And also 10 to 12% economy of Sri Lanka dependent on tourism basis. But on April 2019, multiple bombardments taken place. Due to this, the tourism of Sri Lanka got affected. For this cause, 8 bombers of Sri Lanka were responsible. So to stop this situation in the country, a curfew has been imposed and a ban on social media sites to stop these humors. And also the same situation was created in the year 2018. At that time, Facebook has been caused several disputes among people. Means the Facebook is playing a role. At the time, the Facebook playing a role of causing majority of disputes among the people. And also at last, the Facebook has been apologizing for its action. But actually, it was not the start. But also on March 2020, the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic had caused huge revenue loss of tourism for the whole country and also for the whole world. And also, this is not the major factor, but also other factors like the government is also having a majority hand in this cause. Because of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had won the election in the year 2019. So he promised in his election campaign that he will revive the country's economic growth. Not only this, he also said that he will reduce the tax imposition so that people will spend more money and consumption will be increasing rapidly. And this will lead to the economic growth of the country. So the logic was good and the idea was great behind this great logic. But the situation and the planning of this action was the worst. This plan came in action on the 1st December 2019. But after that, unexpectedly, lockdown came into the action and the plan was totally collapsed. So due to this lockdown, people were unable to come out, and due to this consumption was not able to reach the assumptions of the president. So due to this, there was no growth of the economy in that year. And in the year 2019, the debt was about 94% of the GDP. And also in the coming year 2020-21, the debt was 119% of the GDP's country. Not only this, another masterstroke was given by the president, that is, agriculture will be completely organic. Due to this reason, there was a ban on the synthetic pesticides. And also the reason behind this was the imports can be reduced by banning the synthetic pesticides. But this bold decision of organic farming will reduce the efficiency of the crop in short period of time usage. Before this decision, Sri Lanka never import rice and tea. They were self-sufficient and self-reliable on them itself. But after this decision, they need to import even the rice and the tea for the basic utilities. This does not mean that organic farming is a bad decision or it's a cruel one. It is very good for the nature or it is very good for our health. But it must be looking for the process and the manner when to bring this organic farming applicable for the country's cropping. So the timing of the president bringing the organic farming was the worst timing. And also not whenever they want to do that, they can come and say that I am bringing organic farming from today. Every person and every farmer has to do organic farming. They can't say like that because organic farming is a long process. So for example, the one of the state of India, that is Sikkim, is 100% organic. because the state has been struggled for many years and now it has a tagline of organic state. And also the same example comes like this. Rome was not built in a single day. It has been taken years to build even Rome. And same when even the same with the mutual fund investment. We need to wait patiently and we need to think about the marketing crisis also. Then we need to take our money or then we need to deposit our money. We must have patience and also we must take each and every development decision of the country with keeping our future aspects also. But even for the same also, the economic crisis has been increased due to this. Also, few people blame China for this as they make debt traps and also they lend more money to other countries for the infrastructure development. But when the China feels like they are not being profited by this, then they will take those infrastructure developments from that country which have been developed for the infrastructure. Same like Sri Lanka, it has been developing the Hambantota port, but this port was given to China, which was costing of $1.3 billion. This was taken by China company. So due to this reason, the currency has lost more than 45% of its value against the US dollars. Not only people are protesting against this Gotabaya Rajpaksha and his brother Mahindra Rajpaksha, and also even they have not resigned at present till now. But not only Sri Lanka, it is harmful for neighboring countries too, because these refugees will come to other countries and also the other countries may face a problem for providing livelihood for these refugees. Means they can provide but they will face a little bit problem and the economy of the other countries may also fall down. So we must keep a ray of hope that Sri Lanka would be well settled as fast as possible, and also we must be seeing the olden golden days of Sri Lanka must be coming back for the great country like Sri Lanka. They also should not lose their hope. They should fight for it. And I think that the good days will come for Sri Lanka. So guys, that was all for today. And I hope that you all have enjoyed for today's content. That's all for today. Thank you guys and have a nice day. If you have any such thoughts in your brain according to this concept, you can message in the chat box or in the comment section. Thank you guys and have a nice day.